Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go with them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today I'm going to do a story titled, That Time My Ex Cheated on Me and Then Cried When I Didn't Want to Continue a Relationship Anymore. And a shout out to Bob for sending this story. And guys, this story is about a guy, he's 25 years old now, but he's sharing the story back from 9 years ago when he got into this online relationship, if you will, with a gal he was chatting with on Facebook Messenger, whatever. She was 2 years old at the time, and not knowing any better, he got established a relationship with her, a long-distance thing, which we all know is dumb, but he was young. And right off the bat, he learns, number one, these things don't work. And, of course, a lot of typical, stereotypical drama that women bring, except this situation is a young guy, but it's no different. And eventually, to no surprise, things don't work out. But take a wild guess what happens when she's done being passed around by Chad and Tyrone. Guess who she wants to come back to? This guy. Making the point, no matter what the situation is, the age group, they always come back. And typically, they'll have fun with the bad boys, and then want to go back to the sure thing, the nice guy. And what I like about this one is, this guy, nope, not having it. And eventually, our guy learns have actual relationships with people that are actually women he can see in person. But you know what? He makes mistakes, but he's a young guy. And, you know, when young guys do these things, there's a major difference than guys that are like 30 years old, 40 years old, and all that. So it's definitely entertaining and making my point here. So it starts off, says here, in 2016, when I was 16 years old, I dated a girl online, an 18-year-old female, through Facebook. We connected over art because we both wanted to be artists as our occupational job. I was theoretically in love with her, and that attention and belonging to someone as someone belonged to you kind of was a nice thing. I was 16 at the time, so love was simple for me. Oh, for goodness sake. Guys, don't do relationships online. Don't waste your time. Make it, if you want to do that, see somebody in person. Why waste your time, you know? And we can all say, you know, how do you know it was a girl? Really? How do you know it's not some dude in, you know, freaking Albania or something like that? Well, obviously he talks to her offline. Except when it came to sexy time. I hate when people say that. And sure, being a still growing teen, hormones are crazy. But I just didn't have that drive. And my girl at the time didn't understand why I wouldn't have phone SCX with her at the start. I told her we could break up if SCX is important to her, and she said no, but asked if I'd be open to her sleeping with someone else because she has needs. But there you go. And this guy's learning about open relationships. For goodness sake. I said that if she really wants to sleep with someone else, she can after we break up. Good for him. 16 years old. He's doing the long distance thing with some girl I never met, but at least he has the freaking self-respect to say, you want to do that? We're done. What he should have done is says, you know what? This has been fun and all, but this is going to work. I didn't want to date someone who was having a physical, intimate relationship with somebody else. I was firm with her on not wanting that. She said, fine, and then ghosted me for a week. Well, when they say fine, it's never fine. And two, she ghosted you because she's out having fun. She was having sexy time. Well, I texted her sister, and she told me that my girl is currently at the hospital. I asked for details, but they refused the details. She came back after a week and said that she was at the hospital because she tried to leave this earth. Whoa, that's no joke. But her sister saved her and rushed her to the hospital. I was very concerned for her, and we picked up texting and calling much more after I learned that. If that's true, that she was trying to leave the earth and end herself, she's got problems, and frankly, you don't need that crap. You can be a friend to her if you want to, if you will. Tread carefully, but other than that, not a good idea. Or she's full of crap, and her leaving this earth is hooking up with Chad and Tyrone. Well, she prompted me for more phone SCX, and I felt bad at the time, so I said yes. It was awkward, and I don't remember much of it. But I do remember her telling me that she loves me, and she wants to meet me, maybe around her birthday. Well, if you're in a relationship with her, I think it's kind of a good idea to meet. She'd pay for my flight, she said, and she'd book us a hotel room. Well, he's 16. He's a minor. She's 18. That's a big deal if he's traveling at 16 to meet some girl never even met. I mean, I wonder what his parents are saying here. In a hotel room? I bet his mom's losing her shit. I told her we can talk about it some more time when we're longer into our relationship. We've only been dating for 4 months now. I said we can talk about maybe a year into our relationship, so 6 more months. Well, she ghosted me again, but this time, little 16-year-old me was concerned. I called her one afternoon, and her sister picked up and said she was at the hospital again, but because she fell down the stairs this time. I asked for more details, and they said that she'd be okay, and I said okay. Yeah, one time, that's one thing. 2 times, no. What a load of crap. Again, don't do long distance, but he's young. Some of you guys are probably like, why aren't you smacking the hell out of him? Well, because he was so young and didn't know any better. I eventually told her I didn't really want to date her anymore because she'd ghost me very often. There you go. You're coming to your senses, bro. Especially after a conversation that she didn't like or didn't get her way. I called her immature and said the situation was stressful for me. She said she won't do it again, but she did. Of course she did, because you've conditioned her. She now knows she can pull some bullshit and get away with it. 6 months into us dating, she ghosted me nearly 5 times for a whole week long of no contact. 5 more times, huh? What, she go to the hospital again? But one time, I didn't talk to her for a week. She freaked out and spammed my Facebook Messenger with nonstop text messages. Oh, she can ghost you, but you ghost her and you're the devil. I was away for summer vacation, camp, and I told her about it a month in advance. Said I was going to be gone 4 days and 3 nights, but afterwards that I was going to stay at my grandparents' house, who live in the countryside. So they didn't exactly have a good connection. She said I stressed her out and she felt unloved by me. Oh, okay, miss ghosting this guy all the time when she doesn't get her way. And he's the bad guy here. We had more phone sex that same night, and she yelled at me for ghosting her. I waited until the next morning to tell her that I think we should see other people, and she said no. This broad is mental. But she did start to sleep around after that, with her friends, then strangers, and she said it's because I said we should see other people. This sounds about right to me, mentally unstable. I asked her if this was her confirmation that we're no longer together, and she said no. She said she still loves me, but that I forced her hand. Again, more gaslighting. It's your fault I was hooking up with all these people, you jerk. This is when the young guy should say, we're done, good luck, best of luck, it's been fun, adios. I said she was cheating on me, and she said no, again and again and again. She said no, this wasn't cheating, this was her following my orders. What a load of crap. Bro, okay. Smack. He's now older now. I can start smacking him. End it with her. Stop talking. There's nothing but problems. I only found out about the cheating because she slept with her best friend who bragged about it on Facebook and tagged her in a post of them both kissing each other with a caption, "Bag that kitty." Ooh. Of course, I was appalled and disgusted. Someone I loved just consented to making love with somebody else. I didn't like that, and I told her I'm not going to continue this relationship because it's crazy. Thank the Lord, my man. Well, she ghosted me for a whole month at this time. Came back, called me 28 different times. All of them went to voicemail because she called me when it was 2 o'clock in the morning and I was sleeping. This chick is unstable. I woke up, Facebooked her when told her I was online, and she called me. I answered. She cried, begged me not to leave her, begged me to forgive her, and said she didn't mean to cheat. Didn't mean to cheat. Seemed like she meant to cheat to me. All through the crocodile tears, she was saying how I pushed her to do all those things and how I was the one who kept abusing her love, that I made her like this. So she's trying to get back with him, but then now she's bombarding him saying that it's all your fault still, you big jerk. I said to her that I made it very clear that we should have broken up if she's this unhappy with me. I acknowledged she had needs I couldn't fulfill, mentioned her that she did want to sleep with somebody else or anyone, that we should break up. But every time she said no, so I stayed. Smack! Again, dude. At this point, I'm smacking him. Long distance is not working, guys. Someone that gaslights you, cheats on you, all that. It's ridiculous. But some people got to learn the hard way. But then again, he was young. I walked away this time, though, because she kept saying she deserved to be forgiven, that her sleeping with a dozen other guys meant nothing, and she loved me and only me. Yeah, I can tell through her actions just how much she loves him. I asked her how many she said, and she lost count. To any guy who wanted to sleep with her, she let them. Oh yeah, she's a great girl for material. I told her to go get a therapist and seek some help. Then I told her that we're done, and she and I are now single. She cried some more, and I hung up on her. Thank the Lord. What a year. Guys, all this time in this year in his life, he could have been doing a hell of a lot more things with his time and energy than with this broad. But then again, the way I see it, if he did all this and learned from this early on, he's light years ahead of many guys. Well, it took me a week to process things. She kept coming back, but at the same time, she was still sleeping around. She confessed to me at one point she slept with over 20 guys, and they all couldn't love her the way I did. I don't know, I think they were loving on her a lot. I kind of just blinked and stared at the text message at the time like, okay, you slept with guys, none of them made you feel loved, and you want me to come back. So you can sleep with them and be with me at the same time? Hard pass. Thank you. Of course. The old cake and eat it too situation. In 2020, when I was happily with my new partner, she reached out and asked if we could talk. See? So we're fast forwarding in time, I guess, about 3 years. See? They always come back. And thank the Lord this time this guy actually has a flesh and blood woman he's with. Well, I didn't reply. She said that she's always had me on her mind, and now she's not seeing anyone. Hasn't since 2019. She said that life was so empty without me, and how she'd love it if we could give our relationship another chance. What relationship? It was nothing but drama. You never actually got together. You never even hooked up. Just your phone sex. But she's also a big, giant liar, manipulator, deceiver, all that. Well, once again, I didn't reply until 2 months goes by and she sends me another text message, something all along the lines of, if I can't have you, that's okay. I guess I'll just die. Oh, for God's sakes. Self-exit. I'm sure you'd love that. You'd love watching me suffer. This is for you. Now this guy's in a situation, and I'm going to point out he's probably like 19 at this point, maybe 20 years old. Even at this point, he's now probably has a duty to reach out to some law enforcement for a wellness check or something. This check is mental. He says, girl, are you kidding me? I replied to her and told her to immediately stop being delusional and obsessed with being the victim because she was the one who cheated. I left and never looked back because I was protecting my peace. Well, dude, you should have changed your handle, blocked her every way you could, because she's still reaching out to you. I told her, leave me alone and stop blaming me for her own issues that she's refused to take accountability for. Absolutely crazy psycho behavior she displayed. Blocked her on her new alternative account. Well, good. See, guys, they always come back, and they always want to go back to that sure thing nice guy, but they want to keep him around while they go have fun with the bad boys on the side. Well, now it's 2025, and I'm glad she hasn't come back. But remembering this event because my friend recently dumped her cheating now ex-boyfriend was crazy. Sorry if this is a long read, and there was probably some more spelling errors along the way or weird phrasing. Just wanted to share a bit. Thank you for your time. Anyhow, guys, this story making the point that from the perspective of a very young guys can go through the same crap that a lot of guys go through. Older guys, 20s, 30s, 40s, and all that. It's still the same nonsense. So again, no long-distance relationships. Now, here's the thing. This guy, a lot of guys have their long-distance relationships where they meet a girl for a while, college, on the job, something like that, and then they have to part ways and they stay with them. Not a good idea. But in this situation, never actually met her. But here's the thing. This is also a point why young guys need good mentors. Preferably a father or uncle to help a young guy out. Because you should never gotten in this little mess with her to begin with. It wasn't really a relationship. They talked and flirted and sent pictures and all that. And did their phone sex. And he didn't like that at all. And yeah, one could say, well, she's going to get fulfilled someplace else. And she was just dragging him along for attention. I wouldn't be surprised if this girl had multiple guys like him giving her attention. Because that's usually how it works. But anyhow, he learned early on very important things. But again, guys, I always say, they always come back. Her life is crap. They always go back to the guy they think can make him better because she knew he was a good guy. So I'm guessing and hoping that he learned these harsh lessons about women early on, and he can apply as an adult, because what he learned at a young age, most guys don't learn it except to way later in life. So, there you go. Silver lining. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And guys, you find a good story I'm going to cover, send it my way, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. And if it's a good one, I'll definitely cover it. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.